Hi everyone, I'm Dave Fry with TheSpace Between, and I coach people struggling with anxiety of any kind, fear, depression, or feelings of confusion, indecisiveness, overwhelm, and those experiencing suicidal ideation. Thank you very much for your inspiring comments on my videos on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I appreciate your time, because I know that we all have very busy lives. My goal is to share my experiences with you, to show you something that allowed my understanding to shift naturally. So instead of the 9 ways to never be anxious or panicked ever again, I will attempt to point you in a new direction to look, to see something so clear you'll wonder where I found these incredible glasses. The word see is an illustration or another word for knowing beyond doubt that there's something different happening from what you've been told, either from parents, teachers, friends, coworkers, family, or even more mind-bending from yourself. Part of me wants to look you straight in the eyes and tell your adult self that when we lose that innocent curiosity about everything, we start to believe that we're not much more than our thinking. That, my friends, becomes immensely limiting. So let's talk about how our thinking works. For fun, let's say that no one knows anything, and every bit of advice ever received was imagined information. What would that do to you? It would wipe the chalkboard of life clean, and you could start over from scratch, from right here, right now. So please take a deep breath, hold it for 3 seconds, then let your entire database of knowledge, intelligence, and memories fall away into the trash can and press delete. Welcome to the space between thoughts. Now, quickly find a notepad and a pen and write down what you're going to think before the thought arrives. Wait, what? Exactly. We don't get to know what we're going to think until the thoughts arrive. Thoughts show up through us, and they have nothing to do with who we are, because who we are is beyond the limits of the mind to describe. For whatever reason, this past summer, I was the feather finder. I would go on walks and find gifts from our feathery friends. What struck me was my childlike excitement to discover one of the lightest and most fascinating artifacts right at my feet. Researchers now believe that T-Rex had feathers, not for flight, but insulation. A songbird may have 3,000 feathers, where the swan has 25,000. Here in Missouri, we are lucky to have the loud and boisterous blue jay. Blue jay's natural dress of feathers is a variety of gorgeous blues and soft rustic grays. You cannot deny their stunning blues, and what you see is an illusion. There isn't any blue pigment in their feathers, but the refraction of light that simulates the color of blue. These fantastic facts around feathers will blow your mind. My point is that we innocently forget how spectacular we are from identifying with an illusion. How do I know this? That question might be a thought that arrives for you at this point, and that is the beginning of a beautiful new relationship between the living entity you are and a mind that thinks. It's all about building relationships, testing your boundaries, and finding out what you're capable of experiencing. Please don't take my word for it. Listen to your thoughts as they appear one by one, always randomly generated. When you listen to people speak, It seems impossible that they aren't entirely in charge of what is flowing out of their mouths. Yet, really, it's like watching leaves fall from the trees in October. You couldn't predict which particular leaf was going to fall precisely at the correct time in a million years. So let that sink in a bit, and you can start to feel the freedom in knowing that thoughts are like water flowing down a river. How does this understanding help people with anxiety, depression, PTSD, and suicidal thoughts? Might be another question that arrives for you. Well, I'm excited to share what I've witnessed in my own life and with hundreds of others in the past several years, one video at a time. We use the word life when we want to express something beyond our control. And I would like to have you consider that life is living you always. Life, as mesmerizing energy, is moving you right along with it. Life, as motions of waves are repeating and recycling over and over again, sharing in a universal communication that you are far beyond your thinking. Some people call it wisdom or intuition, and some call it love. Here's where I will start. Thinking isn't good or bad, right or wrong until we think about it. What if we knew that our amazing brains had a job to do? What if that job was to protect itself at all cost? What if we knew that we most likely would have thoughts about everything that we do? Somewhere along the lines, we started to misunderstand the energy associated with the thoughts that arrived. We innocently believed that because we felt energy, or in other words, the heaviness of emotions, that this experience must be who we are. Yet, oddly enough, the lightest, playful, pleasant, or even peaceful experiences seemingly go unnoticed. What if every thought, no matter how we experience it, is constantly moving through us, and not a single one is personal? I'm Dave Fry with TheSpace Between, and if you'd like to learn more, please don't hesitate to contact me through my email, located in the description below. What I offer is a 1-hour conversation to see you and hear your story. Thank you for listening and leaving comments. Please subscribe to feel into your wisdom, love, and clarity. I'll leave you with a quote from a mentor of mine. Quote, "It always amazes me how much meaning people attach to the innocent little state of uncertainty. Actually, I don't know is an innately neutral statement of fact pertaining to a single moment in time. There is never anything inherently bad, scary, or wrong with I don't know. And it is only true for as long as it's true. You only don't know until you do know." Unquote. Dr. Amy Johnson, founder of the Little School of Big Change.